Hello and welcome to the Rise and Thrive podcast, your guide to self-discovery. I'm Melly Rose, helping you to overcome fear, build self-awareness, create stronger relationships, and uncover your truest self. Tune in and let's embark on this transformative journey of self-realization and enlightenment together. It's time to empower yourself shamelessly and unapologetically. Your full potential awaits. Thank you so much for joining me today. So, we're going to talk about how to find your purpose and do what you love. We've all gone through those moments in our lives where we feel lost, we feel disconnected from ourselves. We're wondering, why am I here? What exactly is my purpose? You get so accustomed to going through the motions of day-to-day life that eventually you get used to that numbness. And it's hard for you to reconnect with yourself and what your preferences are and what ultimately really is your purpose. So how do we get back to that place of reconnecting with how we really feel and understanding what exactly our purpose could be? Since finding your purpose is about reconnecting with what brings you joy ultimately, here are a few ways to help you better understand for yourself. Reconnect with your emotions and your inner voice. So what is that inner voice exactly? The inner voice is that initial feeling that you have whenever you come across a situation or an event, and it lets you know if something feels right for you or if something feels off. You can also kind of think of it as your intuition or your instincts. It lets you know if something bodes well or if something's really just not for you. But normally over time we become so used to ignoring these feelings, and then we eventually lose touch with ourselves. It's really important to reconnect with how you really feel, your inner voice, because this helps you get better in touch with what exactly your preferences are. Getting in touch with your preferences is actually really key and important in getting in touch with who you really are as a person, ultimately helping you better understand what your purpose is, or making decisions that are truly in alignment with your purpose and who you really are. The clearer you are on your preferences and the things that make you sincerely happy, the clearer your life will become and its direction. Audit your past and reflect on the things, people, places, or events that did make you happy or that you cared about. Think about what was it about all of these situations or people or events that made you feel fulfilled. Think about why. And this is actually a great practice to help you better get in touch with your values as a person. So for example, for me, when I was going through an existential crisis with my career, I asked myself, why am I doing this? And I came to the conclusion that I was doing it purely for the paycheck, as I'm sure many of you can relate to. So I thought about, okay, what have I done in the past that I really enjoyed? What did I do because I wanted to do it and not because I was getting paid to? In doing this and reflecting in this way, I realized that I need to do something that I'm passionate about as a career. And I also realized that passion is a core value of mine that I need to carry throughout my whole life in order to be fulfilled and truly in alignment with what my purpose or purposes are. Knowing that passion is my driving force gives me confidence because I know that in whatever I do, as long as I'm passionate, I can make it successful. Understanding this value about myself makes it a lot easier to make decisions that are true to my preferences and true to who I really am and in the direction of my purpose. Remember that your purpose is unique to you and not what society or anyone else tells you that it should be. For example, maybe growing up, your parents told you that your purpose is to be a lawyer. You need to become a lawyer. You need to go to school and go to this prestigious college. But deep down, you really just want to be a chef. Maybe it's growing up, being taught that you need to be the perfect wife, and you really just want to be the CEO. Maybe it's being told that you can only be one, but you know you can be both. Whatever the case may be, there's nothing wrong with making decisions that are true to who you really are and following what you feel your purpose really is, as long as these decisions are coming from that sincere place of authenticity within yourself. And this also coincides with being connected to that inner voice and how you really feel. Once you're more connected to that within yourself, it'll become a lot easier to block out the noise of society or whoever else might throw you off in this process. Try out different things or revisit the things that you used to love. And when you do these things, be open to how you feel and be aware of how it really feels to do those things again. For example, I had no idea that I liked hosting or podcasting until I tried it at a school that I went to out of passion. So that's a good example of how maybe when you pursue something or try something new, you won't have all the answers to how it unfolds, but just going in the direction of something that you feel passionate about or that makes you feel inspired can unfold for you a purpose that you never even thought of. You'll always gain value and learn something new about yourself from these experiences. And when it comes to career, think about how you can bring value to others with what you do end up loving. Another big one is being open to making new connections and meeting new people. So for example, if you go to an art gallery, maybe you'll meet other people that are in the art world, and then that'll bring you closer to getting involved in that world, getting involved with something that's more in alignment with your purpose. People that are already involved in that world of something that you feel passionate about, they have insight, they have tips, and they have ways that maybe they can help you, or maybe that they would like to help you. And also you could learn a lot from them. You could gain clearer insight to see if something really is for you or not. Something to remember is that it's never too late to find your purpose. Maybe you have been at a career for many years, and maybe you have loved that career and it did bring you the fulfillment that you needed. But you realize now it's time to shift gears and try something new. And at the same time, we are never just one thing. Our purposes are multifaceted. It can also be being a better supporting role for your family, supporting your community in some way, having more self-expression in your life, or just finding balance and living your best life. In any case, whatever your purpose or purposes are, as long as you make decisions that are in alignment with your inner compass, your inner voice, you'll be able to make clearer decisions and live a well-rounded life and find your purpose. Thank you so much for joining me today. Until next time, bye for now.